On the deck stand a U.S. Marshal named Teddy Daniels. He grips the railing tightly, breathing heavily as the waves crash around him. He's seasick, sweating, and clearly unsettled by the journey. Behind him steps his new partner, Chuck All, a friendly and calm man who tries to make small talk, but Teddy barely responds. His eyes remain locked on the island slowly appearing ahead of them, a massive, cold piece of land with cliffs, iron gates, and a fortress-like facility known as Ashcliff Hospital. As the ferry pulls up, armed guards wait at the dock. They don't greet the marshals with respect or curiosity. Instead, they stare at them with suspicion. Even before Teddy steps foot on the island, there's a sense that he is not welcome here. Teddy and Chuck are escorted through several heavy gates and long corridors until they reach the main building. Inside, the hospital is dimly lit, filled with echoing footsteps, metal doors, and patients who stare blankly. Teddy immediately senses that something is off. For a place supposed to care for the mentally ill, this environment feels more like a military prison. The marshals meet Dr. Colley, the head psychiatrist. He politely explains that a patient named Rachel Solando has gone missing. She was locked in her room the night before, and yet somehow she vanished without leaving a trace. No broken windows, no forced doors, no footprints outside. She simply disappeared. Teddy and Chuck begin their investigation by examining Rachel's room. Everything is perfectly arranged. The bed tucked in, clothes neatly folded, the floor spotless. Nothing looks disturbed, but Teddy finds one odd thing: a small note hidden under a stone. The handwriting is messy, almost frantic. It says, "The Law of Four. Who is 67?" Teddy stares at those words, confused but intrigued. There are 66 patients on the island according to the hospital's records. So who is the 67? The staff members they interview all give vague, uncomfortable answers. Some refuse to speak. Others recite rehearsed lines, as if they were trained on what to say. Teddy's instincts kick in. There's a cover-up happening, and Rachel Solando is only the surface of something much bigger. As Teddy searches for answers, he starts to suffer from intense migraines and vivid flashbacks. He sees his wife, Dolores, smiling gently at him but covered in ash from the fire that killed her. She appears in his dreams and visions, telling him cryptic things like, "You have to find her, you have to let go, you can't trust them." These visions hit Teddy hard, emotionally and physically. The weather grows worse, and soon a massive storm hits the island. Rain pours down in sheets, lightning strikes the ground, and the wind howls so loudly that patients begin screaming in panic. And the hospital loses control as some of the most dangerous inmates escape their cells. Teddy and Chuck are forced into Ward C, the dark, concrete building where the most violent patients are kept. The hallways drip with water, the lights flicker, and the screams echo from every direction. In one of the cells, Teddy meets a man named George Noyce, someone Teddy once arrested. Noyce looks terrified and broken. He warns Teddy in a trembling voice, "You're not who you think you are. They're playing with your mind. They're going to make you believe things. They're going to make you doubt everything." These words send Teddy deeper into paranoia. He begins to suspect that Ashcliff is performing dangerous experiments on the patients. Later, Teddy climbs along the cliffs in the pouring rain and discovers a hidden cave. Inside sits a woman, dirty, exhausted, and trembling. She claims she is the real Rachel Solando, not the one the hospital introduced him to earlier. She tells Teddy she used to be a doctor at Ashcliff, and that when she discovered illegal experiments on patients, the doctors declared her insane and locked her up. According to her, once you speak out, the hospital simply labels you mentally ill and no one believes you. She also tells Teddy something even more shocking. Your partner, Chuck, he's not who you think he is. They assigned him to watch you. Teddy is shaken. When Teddy returns to the main grounds, he realizes Chuck is missing. None of the staff admit to knowing who he is. There is no record of a marshal named Chuck All. The guards tell Teddy he arrived at the island alone. Teddy begins questioning his own mind. Did he imagine his partner? Is the hospital manipulating him? Desperate for answers, Teddy heads toward the lighthouse, a place heavily guarded and rumored to be where experiments happen. He imagines surgical tables, electric devices, doctors turning patients into shells of themselves. Inside the lighthouse, he finally confronts Dr. Cawley. The doctor doesn't yell or threaten him. Instead, he calmly tells Teddy the truth, a truth that hits like a punch to the chest. Teddy Daniels is not real. The man standing there is Andrew Leddes, a patient who has been on the island for 2 years. Andrew killed his wife after she drowned their 3 children during a psychotic breakdown. Unable to live with the guilt, he created a new identity, Teddy Daniels, a U.S. Marshal who hunts criminals, not someone who committed a crime himself. The note about 67 now makes sense. Andrew Leddes is the 67th patient. Chuck, the partner he trusted the whole time, was not a Marshal at all. He was Dr. Sheehan, Andrew's psychiatrist, assigned to guide him through a role-play therapy designed to break his delusion gently. Everything that happened on the island, the interviews, the clues, the warnings, was part of an attempt to bring him back to reality. Andrew collapses emotionally as his memories return. His children, his wife, the fire, the gunshot. He finally acknowledges that Teddy Daniels was a fantasy. For the first time, he accepts the truth. But the following morning, Andrew sits calmly on the steps outside the hospital. Dr. Sheehan sits next to him casually, like a friend. Andrew turns to him and speaks as if nothing has changed, calling him Chuck again and talking about leaving the island. Dr. Sheehan's face falls. Andrew is pretending again. Or maybe he chose to pretend. Andrew stands up, walks toward the guards, and says one of the most haunting lines in movie history. Which would be worse, to live as a monster, or to die as a good man? And with that, he accepts his fate. The story ends with the audience questioning what was real, what was imagined, and whether Andrew chose to forget or truly relapsed.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe for more movie explanations. Comment below your favorite moment. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.